Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
A real attempted kidnapping at this Novi Kroger. A mother fights off the attacker 2 different times.
Fighting to survive. A teenager in grave condition right now after bullets came flying into his house.
But we begin with breaking news. The FDA's advisory panel votes to recommend the Pfizer vaccine for emergency use in children ages 5 to 11. The committee of outside experts voted in favor of the vaccine after meeting and debating the issue for pretty much most of the day.
Now, in the end, 17 members voted yes. There was 1 abstention, but that decision came after a meeting that was filled with a lot of tough questions and passionate debate. We bring in our Dr. Frank McGeorge, who's been following this very pivotal gathering since early this morning. Frank, this one, aside from the fact that the finding was released late in the afternoon, or the vote was late in the afternoon, this was a different kind of meeting.
Yeah, definitely, Kim and Evan. You know, we expected a vigorous debate because the risk-benefit equation is different when you're talking about children. But we've also learned some members of the committee were the focus of a coordinated email attack over the weekend by parents opposing the vaccine. The FDA's Dr. Peter Marks actually started the meeting by saying there are passionate feelings about this vaccine on both sides.
I want to acknowledge the fact that there are strong feelings that have clearly been expressed by members of the public, both for and against the use of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine under emergency use authorization for this age group.
At the center of the debate, how to balance the benefits against the risks. While the risk from COVID is much lower for children, cases are climbing and there have been hospitalizations and deaths.
Between January 1st, 2020 and October 16th, 2021, there were 94 COVID-19 associated deaths reported among children 5 to 11 years of age.
More than 5,200 children have also been diagnosed with MIS-C, a serious multi-system inflammatory syndrome. But the panel of outside experts was concerned about the risk of myocarditis, especially in males.
This is the principal concern that people have regarding use of these mRNA vaccines in children.
The CDC presented several models that showed the benefits of the vaccine outweighed the risk of myocarditis, except when COVID cases fell very low. Some panelists argued in support of the vaccine.
To me, the question is pretty clear. We don't want children to be dying of COVID, even if it is far fewer children than adults, and we don't want them in the ICU.
Others voiced the fear of some parents when it comes to choice.
I'm just worried that if we say yes, that the states are going to mandate administration of this vaccine to children in order to go to school, and I do not agree with that.
Now, the root of the problem is we will never know the true risk of rare side effects in this group unless the vaccine is made widely available. And the panel had to weigh that versus the known risks of COVID to this particular age group. Now, ahead at 6, we'll dig a little deeper into the myocarditis risk and explain why it is so hard to calculate specifically in this age group.
Frank, this was just step 1, the decision of this panel. So take us through what's next with this vaccine for this age group.
Well, the FDA is now going to officially decide whether or not to issue emergency use authorization for Pfizer's pediatric vaccine. If the FDA does, it will then go to the CDC's advisory panel on November 2nd and 3rd. Now, they could decide to limit the use of the vaccine to certain groups of kids, like those who are at high risk, or just make it available to everyone. The CDC director would then have the final say after that.
We'll be on it. All right, Frank. Thanks, Doc.
All right, our other top story tonight, a man from Dearborn is facing multiple charges after police say he tried to kidnap and sexually assault a 12-year-old girl inside a grocery store.
This happened Sunday night at the Kroger on Grand River near Beck. Sean Lay has a look at the very serious charges against him and who stepped in to get it to stop.
This happened right inside the store. A mom with her 2 children, her husband was in another aisle when this guy comes right up and tries to grab her 12-year-old daughter. She fights him off. He comes back to try to grab the daughter again. This mom fights him off for a second time. Police got the guy, but they say the mom is the real hero here.
this was the real deal.
Even veteran Novi Police Lieutenant Jason Meyer is shocked by the attempted kidnapping and sexual assault of a 12-year-old girl at the Novi Kroger on Grand River. 8 Sunday evening, a mom, dad, 2 daughters were grocery shopping. Police say this man, Matthias Mangan from Dearborn, ran up to the mom and daughters in one of the aisles and grabbed the 12-year-old girl. Police indicate Mangan said something to make it clear this was an abduction with a goal of sexual assault. There was no way this mom was going to let this happen.
Mom fought him off by throwing whatever she could find on the shelves at him. He ran away, and then he attempted to come back and do it again. And she again fought him, pushed him away.
Customers called 911. Police say Mangan ran towards the exit just as Novi police were running in to catch him. All of this confirmed to police by Kroger's security cameras. The reaction from shoppers?
Thank goodness that mom was on top of things and didn't let her wander off.
Thank God she reacted that way.
Yeah, she did a phenomenal job. You know, I think, like I said, if anybody's the hero in this story, like I said, our cops did a fantastic job, but if anybody's the hero in this story, it's Mom.
Back here live, absolutely that mom throwing things off of shelves at this guy to keep him away from her daughter. Here are the charges. Matthias Mangan charged with assault with intent to commit a sex crime and attempted kidnapping. He's locked up tonight on $1 million bond. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Sean, has this guy been on police radar before?
That is a key question. We did ask Novi Police that. And here's what they did. They put this mugshot out area-wide, regional-wide, throughout the Midwest, actually, asking dozens of police departments if this guy showed up on anything, if anyone looked like this and tried this. Yeah. Nothing has come back yet. He has no criminal record. They think this is maybe the first time he's tried this.
Interesting. All right, Sean.
Okay, well, we really needed that sun today to kind of help us dry out from all yesterday's rain.
Let's get over to Paul with a look at what's headed our way. Paul?
Yeah, it's amazing. Some of us had clear blue sky today, and some of us had this, as you can see live in our Mount Clemens sky cam. In fact, you can also see the nice colors. They are changing quick once the weather cooled off. Oh, man, that color is going fast there. That is just great. Temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees in many areas. Even have some mid-40s here, Port Huron over to Howell. And the wind in some places settling down a bit, but in some places it's still kind of brisk here. 16 miles per hour there over in Detroit. All right, here you see again that moisture flux off of Lake Huron, just giving us the moisture that created that cloud cover. But then you get west of that, and look at this. I mean, you get into Livingston County, Washtenaw County, down in our south zone here, Lenawee, Monroe County. It's just been blue sky, clear, just a pretty looking day. It's just been brisk with those winds and with those cool temperatures, and just basically slowly falling through the 40s this evening, but it's going to be a dry evening. Now, as far as the weather impacts coming up, not much the next couple of days, but Friday we have some rain coming in, continuing perhaps into the first thing Saturday morning. So we're going to break down the timing on that coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Paul, let's get to brand new information now. A 15-year-old is in critical condition right now after somebody fired shots into a home on Detroit's west side.
This all happened overnight right in the area of 7 Mile and the Southfield Freeway, and now the search is on for the person who pulled that trigger. Larry Spruill is live at Children's Hospital tonight. Larry, is there any update on how he's doing?
Good evening, Kimberly and Devin. I just spoke with Detroit police, and we do know that that 15-year-old is here at the Children's Hospital of Michigan. He is in critical condition right now. Now, police say that he was shot twice, once in the head.
I heard a lot of gunshots. It was early in the morning.
This neighbor, who did not want to be identified, says he woke up to those gunshots Tuesday morning.
The police was looking for bullet shells and checking out the scene.
He lives right across the street from this home on Stahalin on Detroit's west side.
I heard a lot of screaming. By the time I got to the window, I just seen the police and the ambulance.
Detroit police say someone shot multiple bullets inside the home with kids inside.
Unfortunately, there was one victim, 15 years old. He was shot twice, once in the head.
Detroit Police Second Deputy Chief Rudy Harper says the team was staying the night with friends when the shooting happened. Our cameras rolling as detectives searched the neighborhood. Harper says Chief White is taking this latest shooting as top priority.
Larry, enough is enough. Our young people are being victimized, and now we have this young man in the hospital, and we're praying for a miracle that'll survive. We have to come forward as a community to stop this senseless gun violence.
It's really sad, especially when a kid get involved in some stuff like this.
Now, Detroit police say there is a $5,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. We're live at Children's Hospital tonight. Larry Spruill Local 4.
Larry, do we know why, though? Do police have any information on a motive?
And Kimberly, I asked the Detroit police that very question. They tell me they are not sure right now. They're still investigating. They're canvassing the area, looking for any type of Ring doorbell camera right now. So they're trying to figure out if there is a motive, Kimberly.
Yeah. Okay, Larry, thanks.
A major shakeup today for the Chicago Blackhawks. General Manager Stan Bowman has stepped down. It follows an independent investigation that found Bowman was among a group of team leaders that failed to respond promptly to allegations that an assistant coach sexually assaulted a player in 2010, just before the Blackhawks Stanley Cup run. Bowman is the son, of course, of legendary Red Wings coach Scotty Bowman. The NHL has fined the team $2 million, but it's hard to say what's still ahead here because some of those involved in those decisions are now executives on other teams, including head coach Joel Quenneville, who's now with the Florida Panthers. A run in the bus stop this morning sends a downriver high school into lockdown.
New tonight, what a mother allegedly said that set a wild chain of events into motion.
Also, how thieves managed to get into a business and walk away with not one, but 30,000 cell phones. We'll have that coming up. Here's Karen.
The Wayne County Medical Examiner's Office and Michigan Medicine in the hot seat today, called in after our Local 4 Defender investigations exposed some major mistakes at the morgue. I'll tell you what happened today, coming up.